in the past, I do believe there's one life that you had where you were a Japanese woman.
Oh, I had
And
that I was in Tokyo. So
what?
yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like, wait, why was I in Tokyo? Like, what was I doing over there?
Holy crap! Isn't that so cool? It still blows my mind. You were a Japanese woman.
Oh,
And you did, and I specifically asked, I says, is it Chinese or Japanese? And I hear very strongly Japanese. And you were a fashion designer, or you design clothes.
that makes so much sense. I've always had like this. I don't know. I just love clothes. I love the way people wear them. I love the way they express different things. So,
I
and I
yeah,
want
I
to lifetime for that reason. Like that would make so much sense.
seeing like Project Runway and like people walking down the runway, but then I was like, no, I felt like I was almost like I was the one that made the clothes, like very good with the thread and needle.
Oh my God, that is so cool. What?
Do you want me to ask how you died?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like really interested. I'm like invested now. Okay. Okay, let's see here. This is really interesting. So, in your past life, you had a really rough marriage. He hit you, and you were really unhappy. You were also dealing with a lot of depression because of the situation you were in. Felt like it's almost like you're trying to grasp onto something, like almost imagine a balloon is floating away and you're trying to grab the string and it just can't, it just like slips out of your fingers, right? That's the feeling of this. Like everybody loved you though. Everybody loved you. You were just such a beautiful person, but you definitely had a lot of roller coaster ride with mental health. I do believe you committed suicide. You took something internally. Did you totally mean to do it? The answer is no. It was like a sort of yes, sort of no kind of thing. It's really interesting though. And I know this is really heavy. I'm telling you, like, I feel like I'm being taken on a roller coaster right here.
Yeah,
It's almost as if that's why you're like so happy now.
yeah, that makes so much sense.
Like
And
you didn't want to do like you weren't gonna do this again. Like, I don't care what anybody else does to me. I'm just gonna be myself. And you were like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not letting anybody else control my life again. And it finally feels like in this one you're free. Does this make sense?
yeah, I feel like that all the time. I'm like, I don't mind being single for the rest of my life. Like I am happy where I'm at, you know. Like I don't need a relationship.
Which
It's
would make sense, especially if in a past one you had had issues that were pretty severe,
yeah. So that's
that you'd be like, I'm really good on my own. I'm fine, guys.
I value my freedom so much and just my peace, you know. I feel like yeah, that makes so much sense.
And it was so weird. I can't even explain this experience. It was like I was talking to her, but then I said, are you different? She said, no, one and the same. I am Jose. Keep up. So the best way I can equate this as well is that, so when somebody passes, right? Like let's say you have a grandparent that passes, but then they reincarnate. How am I able to connect with them on the other side? Even after somebody reincarnates, there's still a piece of their soul that is on the other side. So even though you and I are both here right now, we still have soul pieces up there.
Yeah.
It's like a wild mind like
Yeah,
experience to figure out. I just can't believe you had a dream about Tokyo just the other night. That is so crazy.
it felt like I was me. Like the first
Yeah,
time, you know,
yeah.
I think I was in front of a restaurant, but I think I do like a Japanese restaurant, but I was in Tokyo. And I saw like all the big flashy lights. When I woke up, all I kept thinking was Tokyo, Tokyo. And I'm like, okay, Tokyo is that's in Japan, right? So does that mean I was Japanese? So I was like, well, I'll get my confirmation maybe. I did reading and I did. So and I always said, like even with my sister, I always told her I was like, I'm 100% sure that I was a woman in a past life, and that's
You
why.
said that?
Yeah, I always say that. Like I always say, I knew I was a woman in a past life, and I know for sure that like the marriage thing, that makes so much sense because in this life, I have so many strong feelings about marriage. Just in the sense that I feel like no one should feel constrained in a marriage, you know. So
So wild.
yeah, like it's all adding up now. Like I'm having like a big whoa.
That's so crazy. I love this, Jose. It just is the icing on the top of the cake that you already like felt like you were a woman previously, and you just had the dream, and you're like, maybe I'll get validation, and I bring it up. Like, how much more like crazy is that? That's amazing.